Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we are looking at web development. Introduction to web development. My name is Moses Kwo. What is web development? Web development is a process of creating and maintaining websites and web applications that run on the internet. With the advent of internet, the way of doing business, the way organizations run their organizations, how government conducts their activities, everything has changed. Everything has gone digital. Everybody is running one website or the other. Nobody wants to be left behind. Everybody wants to be online because if you are left behind, you cannot be recognized, you cannot be seen. Nobody will see what you do. So everybody wants to be on the internet. And what makes people see on the internet are websites. You cannot be on the internet if you do not have a website. So website or web development is a process of helping people stay online, stay on the internet. So web development involves designing, coding, and structuring web pages to provide interactive and functional experiences for users. So I've already explained the need for web developers because there's high demand across various industries due to increasing need for businesses to establish and maintain an online presence. Not just business, government, functionaries, even religious organizations or religious bodies, how even educational institutions and so on, many things. Everything you do now, for it to be effective, you have to be online and then you need a website. And who develops the website? They are called web developers. So, what key aspect of web development? Basically, we have two types of websites. We have the front end of a website and we have the back end of the website. Sorry, I say we have two types of website. I don't think that is a correct statement. The correct statement to say is that website has two sections, the front end and the back end. So the front end development of the website focuses on the visual and the interactive part of the website that users can see and interact with. It uses technology like HTML, which means Hypertext Markup Language. This defines the structure of a web page. So HTML gives the structure of a web page. Take example like a human being, me and you. Every human being you see has a structure, has a skeletal system that defines his or her structure. So it is that skeletal systems that makes you stand straight, makes you tall, makes you short, and so on. So that is how a website is. Maybe you see a website, the website is up to 6 pages or only one page or this and that. What is responsible for that is HTML. Then after the HTML now you have CSS, which means cascading style sheet. The CSS is now responsible for the styles and design of the website. See, taking the scenario of that human being. When a human being is structured with a skeletal system, he is now styled with the muscles, the skin's color, the hair, and so on. So those things that make a human being to look good. That is similar to what CSS does for a website. The CSS determines how the determine the color of the font size, the color, the positioning of the paragraphs and so on and so forth. So that is a web hook of CSS. And then we have the JavaScript. The JavaScript technology now adds interactivity and dynamic features to the web pages. So, still giving you the same example of a human being. When a human being is structured with the skeleton and is built with the flesh, the skin, the muscles, and all of that. What makes that human being move about, talk, eat, and that is a soul within it. So, what makes the soul of a website is a JavaScript. It's a JavaScript that will make you, when you send, if you open a web page, you fill the information and you click on the submit button. It's the work of JavaScript that will make that application to be submitted. And so on. When you send a friend request to somebody on Facebook, it's JavaScript that will make that person to see that you have sent a friend request to. So so all these are the three aspects of the front end development, which makes the front end. So when you click, for example, now let me show you now. If we come here now, this is a Facebook page. This is Facebook page. So this now is a login page of Facebook. This page, what you can see here now you see login. Here now, for if you are forgetting password, if you have not created Facebook account before, you click here, or even if you have before, you want to add another one, and so on. So this aspect here now, this is the front end. What you can interact with is front end. Let me open another page like Amazon.com. It's taking longer for Amazon to open. Why? Let me open another stuff. Which one is this? So this is the Amazon landing web page. So here now, this is the front end of the page. You can see your cart, the items that you put in your cart here. It's telling me to log in and so on. So all that you can see here, this is a what is called user interface. I am the user now. I am interfacing with all of this. I can click on any product as I do all this. So all this, the structure of this page is done by JavaScript. Sorry, by HTML. Almost all the pages that you see, even the standard web pages like this Amazon, like Google, they they are built with HTML. So to be sure whether this page is built with HTML, if you open any web page, if you just right click on it and come down to inspect here, you click on inspect, then you can see that this is a Java, this is an HTML file. So this web page is built using HTML. You can see. You can see it is over here. Look at it, document type HTML. So this is an HTML. This page here now is structured with HTML. So if we, it's the same thing, if we, even Google, even this Facebook here too, if I click and inspect, you can see this is the HTML file of the Facebook. So HTML is a standard language for structuring your web pages. So when you structure them, so here now, if you want to see further, you come down here and click on this network. If you click on network, come back here and refresh. Come to this and refresh. So once you see the time taken for it to go, network is not too strong here now. Let me do this one. Come here, click on network. You see those files here now. Like this one, and this is a script. This is JavaScript. This is another JavaScript. And so let me refresh also so you can see them more. Network is not good. So, but in essence, what I'm trying to say is that most of the websites you see on the internet, they are structured with HTML. So when you structure your website with HTML, you now give it a JavaScript functionality for it to function fine. So that is for the front end development. Then back end development, this is responsible for managing databases, handling server logic, and processing user requests. Like when I was talking about Facebook, when you want to sign into your Facebook, you put in your username, put in your password, and send. So that is a request. You make a request. So it is the back end of the website that will make that happen. Will make you to be able to log in. And if you send a wrong password, it will respond to you, tell you that your password is incorrect and so on. So all that is done at the back end. So the back end development uses programming languages. They use database management system and the servers. And some of the programming languages include Python with Django and Flask framework, or you use JavaScript with Node.js or Express.js. Those are the framework you use when you are using JavaScript. Or you use other languages like PHP, Java, Ruby, and so on. Then under database management system, you use systems like MySQL, MongoDB, and so on. Then for servers, you have Apache server, you have AWS, and so on. So that is the back end development. So the front end development is designed to give the users a seamless interaction, while the back end is designed such that whatever the user want to do will be effectively applied, even though the user is not seeing how it's being applied, but the results the user wants, he or she gets it with a good time. So those that design the front end part of the website, they are called front end developers, while those at the back end are called back end developers. So we have what is called full stack development. Full stack development now is a combination of both the front end and the back end development. There are some developers that are both front end developers and back end developers. They can work fine, they can do all manner of work in the front end and do all manner of work in the back end. So such developers, they are called full stack developers. So in this training, that is our objective, that is our goal. We want to train full stack developers, people who can create a comprehensive, a full-time website, not needing the service of other person. You can sit on your website, create it from front end to the back end, including the database management. So that is about full stack development. So we have types of websites. There was some website that are called static website. These are simple sites with fixed content, like portfolio website. A website that displays your profile, your project, your experience is called a portfolio website. And then we have other websites like blogs where you make some posts. So those type of websites are not dynamic website, they are static. They do not need, you can just build them with only the front end architecture. Then the dynamic websites are those websites that run and update in real time, such like social media like Facebook, e-commerce like Amazon and so on. They will also have web applications like the online banking and so on. So what are tools needed to get started with web development? Before you do anything as a developer, whatever you are developing, you need tools. So as a web developer, what are the tools you need to develop your website? The first one is a browser. You need a web browser. There are certain browsers. So the web browser is for you to preview and test your website. As you are building a website, you have to be inspecting, to debug, and see how they are running. So popular choices include Google Chrome. Google Chrome is best with best development tools. We have also Mozilla Firefox, great for debugging. We have Microsoft Edge, we have Safari, and so on. So you choose the web browser of your choice. That is the first thing. So the second tool is a code editor or IDE, development, sorry, integrated development environment, that is IDE. So you need this for you to write and edit your code efficiently. So some of the popular choices include the VS Code. VS Code is one of the popular text editor for editing code. One of the things that make it popular is that it is lightweight. It's very easy to install and use. You don't need heavy, even if you have a laptop that is not big in memory, you can use VS Code. And it has great extensions like Live Server. I'm going to show you how to download and install VS Code. And then I will also show you what the Live Server is. We have other text editor like the Sublime Text, we have Atom, we have JetBrains and so on. Some of them are not free, like Sublime is not free. But VS Code is free with robust extension. That's what makes it popular. So for this training, we are using VS Code to run our code. So as I talk about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, that is for the front end development. So we are starting with HTML. So these are the course contents. These are the things we are going to cover in HTML before we go to CSS, and then we go to JavaScript, and then we go into uh, more of the technologies that we can use to create more responsive website before we go into the front end. We go to the back end development. So now, before we start looking at HTML, I talk about uh, the, the IDE or the text editor, and I mention VS Code. So how do you start working with VS Code? To start using VS Code, you simply go to your browser and search for, you can come here and say download VS Code. I will continue the video. I will continue with this video. I will send you the process in the next video.